How's it hanging, everybody? I'm Danny Silvernoob, and welcome back to Streets of Rogue. So I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible, and by soon as possible, I meant about a week later since I actually recorded this game. So I'm going to be leaving in a few hours because I have my final golf tournament of the season tomorrow, and I'm going to be skipping school for that event, but I wanted to show you all the endings in Streets of Rogue. Now, the thing was, I wanted to give the election its own ending, or its own video, but it was really hard to do, and I thought it was really grindy to do, and it was going to be so much to be edited out, and I thought we all got the idea of how to do it because the sign right here explains that we just need to get people to like me, which by giving cigarettes to office drones, purchasing things from shopkeepers, getting people aligned with you, or loyal, or friendly. So, I have increased my reputation, and we're going to view this ending, and a lot of my other endings are going to be pre-recorded footage that I'm going to edit in, because I want to show off pretty much every ending. So we're going to bribe you, and we are about to get the election ending. And I'm also going to show you the docile ending, which I think the election ending and the docile ending could the docile ending, the pacifist ending is basically where we don't kill the mayor, but we become mayor anyway. But, I can go to this clerk, and we can buy the badge, we can buy a mayor visiting badge, like so. So basically, it'll say, wearing this badge gives you permission to speak with the mayor. We can speak with the mayor, we can't unless he's aligned with us, which a bartender or a hypnotizer Mark II can actually, change his opinion of me, and we can actually do. So we can run for mayor, and I believe I have enough reputation that this soldier here has enough reputation to claim the victory. So basically, there's a sign up here. The mayor is also coming over to see the results of this election. And we're going to come over here to the podium, where originally we killed the mayor to actually be able to do this. And I'm also going to be editing in a lot of other endings and some pretty funny moments that I thought would be interesting. Let me know when you're ready to hear the results. Give me those results. And the winner is the scrappy newcomer. So normally he would say some other things. So there we go. Give me my hat. There you go. Treat her gentle. All right. And we give a speech. Feels good, man. So, we're gonna get the same dialogue as the soldier did, before. So, you see, I've seen many atrocities. Many of which I've committed, possibly towards your friends and family. But I stand firm in my belief, guns don't kill people. And this is a huge problem, we need artificial intelligence for our guns. So, we do get a bit of adapted dialogue, I'm assuming, from here. And so, the mayor was, after a long and arduous election process, and ended up being, after a long and arduous election... I can't even read that. Goddamn webcam preview. And so the mayor was defeated after a long and arduous election process and ended up being a surprisingly good sport about it. The denizens of the city rejoice, and it tells us all about the circle of life and all this crazy stuff and partying down. There we go. That's the election ending. It's pretty cool. Did I get the achievement for it though? Yeah. Legal takeover. Yes, I got legal takeover. Nice. Whew. That was awesome. So basically, I don't know if you guys actually want to see me do a full run of the actual winning the election, because I think it was better just to show off the ending rather than go through a long process of making people like me and then doing all that stuff. Even though it's part of the game, I thought it'd be better off to show this ending, but I'm about to edit in a bunch of footage of the other two endings, which is basically, we're gonna show off the bad ending, which is an ending 0.01% of all people in the Steam community actually got. And no one actually really knows about it, and I'm gonna spoil it. I know I am going to spoil it, and you guys can skip to a timestamp I will edit in if you guys don't want to hear it and you want to find it for yourselves. So I'm about to edit in some footage of what we're going to be doing in the hostile ending, and we're also going to edit in footage of the pacifist, which we've just done, and of course we're going to be editing in the bad ending. So the hostile ending is basically, we all know this ending, we saw it in my last video, but I also did it with the gorilla because one of the things I was thinking about what the bad ending was maybe if I do it with the character that doesn't speak English. So I decided to use the gorilla, and it actually has a pretty funny result. Before that, you'll probably notice in this piece of footage, I pulled off a pretty sick play, which is one of my favorite moments in Streets of Rogue that has ever happened, where my gorilla actually shrinks everyone in the building and crushes the mayor under his giant ape feet, hands, I don't know. So he goes over to the election, and he goes over to the podium to speak to everybody. And all of a sudden, nobody can understand what the hell he's saying, so he starts spewing out the most ridiculous bullshit that just comes out of his mouth. And he just says it out of the fact that no one can understand what he's saying, and that's the end of his like ending for the gorilla. I know there's a lot more variations of dialogue for all the endings of Streets of Rogue. I feel like we can steal the hat. I'm pretty sure there are other ways to steal the hat from the mayor that don't require the pacifist ending, which I'm about to talk about now. So after that ending, we get the same result. We get the same dialogue as a soldier, like as the ending, like blue text, blue box of text that gives us like the ending. Now we get into the ending where we don't kill the mayor. I got this footage about a few days ago, so I could pre-edit this in. So basically, in this ending, we can actually there's a few ways you can achieve this ending, and it's very like open-ended on how you can get the hat without actually killing the mayor. And there's a few ways that I've thought of. There were a few ways I didn't think of when I did the video, when I made this clip, and there's a few endings where I actually, or there's the one ending I chose to do was being the bartender. So as the bartender, I was able to get into Mayor's Village and keep most of my items that I started with, because these items here are the most like important items to this run. The Haterator and the Hypnotizer Mark II. So basically the Hypnotizer will align anybody I use it on. The Haterator basically makes anybody go out in a raging fit, basically on the first person they see. So basically I use this against the super cops that surround the mayor, and by destroying them all, this actually changes some things, because when you align with the mayor, you can actually ask for his hat, and he can actually offer. There's a chance that he'll give you this hat. If not, you can threaten him for the hat. In this clip, we didn't get the result, but if you threaten for the hat, you actually get some pretty interesting. This pulls up a very interesting idea about a theory that I had about how threatening people works. This is probably on the wiki, and I'm probably explaining something that people already know, or I could be completely wrong. Is how threatening people works. The percentage that shows up is always based on what the person has versus what you have, but it's also comparing your companions and the weapons they have versus their companions and the weapons they have. So by stealing the ammo from the cops, I basically disarmed his only cop that he had left, killing his other 4 cops, basically. I believe in the footage I did that. I'm not watching this footage right now. It's just gonna be edited in. So basically, the chance would have normally been around like 10%, but in this clip, you'll notice it was quite high. It was surprisingly high, and it might not have even a 50-50 chance, but I actually was still able to get the hat because he liked me, and on top of that, I outnumbered him because I used a cloning machine to get my guy, and luckily my bartender spawned with a shotgun, like my companion at least. I didn't have a weapon. Well, I did have one, but it also, you also need to be wary of the weapon you hold out, because I think if you hold out certain weapons, it may like sway them a little more. So like I said, there's a lot of alternate ways you can do this to actually steal the hat without murdering the mayor. And to name off a few, I'm looking at the list of classes. Now, as the shopkeeper, since we have the power to buy things from other players, we can actually buy the hat, which I believe is sold for 2,000 gold, which is kind of pricey, but you have to be at that point to get it. I believe winning the election also counts as the pacifist ending or the pacifist takeover. I don't know what the achievement's called. I believe there's either hostile takeover, maybe it's called docile takeover. I don't know. We can also be the thief. I believe the thief can steal the hat from him. I also believe that you can't actually, I know what you're all thinking, maybe you could shapeshift the mayor. One of my friends tried this and he got back to me and said you can't, because you get like some dialogue text that says this person is too important to be shapeshifted into. So sadly you can't do that. Also, I believe we can actually use the bartender to align him, and hopefully there's a chance he'll give it to us that we just did. We were able to do that as so. We can also be the doctor and use the chloroform to cause him to go unconscious and steal the hat from him, which is another method we can use to steal it. I believe as the cop, we can also arrest the mayor, and even though it might cost us XP because he's probably not guilty, or he could be guilty, we don't know. And we can also take it from there. And also the comedian will most likely have the same effect as the bartender by telling him a good joke and making him laugh and befriending him, and then there's a small chance I'll probably give you the hat, which I believe those are all the ways you can actually get the hat without actually hurting the mayor. And of course, best for last, I decided that I'd explain what the hell goes on in the bad ending. So the bad ending, it goes under the logic about the idea of failing a mission. So basically, if you guys know, sometimes there are missions where you are asked to retrieve items. Now here's the thing. Let me ask you a question. What would happen if the item were to fall down a hole, or the item were to happen to be impossible to pick up by the player? that's how the bad ending kind of works. So basically, when in this clip, I take the hat to the edge of the map and throw it off. And basically, the game thinks that the mayor either left the map or I just threw the hat down a hole, because there are some holes like in the mayor's village that I could throw it down. I just wasn't aware of that. I just decided to break a barrier. I just decided to break out of the barriers of mayor's village and decided to throw the hat off. And it prompts a special dialogue about the fact that we pretty much failed, the resistance became existential, and they all fell into chaos, and the city was doomed into anarchy. And basically we get the bad ending because there was no partying down. So that's essentially the bad ending. I don't think there's any other ways you can fail the mission apart from just making it impossible to pick up the hat. And I know it's super underwhelming, but it's a really nice idea. It's a really nice tidbit that they put in. I thought that special things could happen if you say gave the mayor's hat to your companion, which I tested in the docile mayor run where I didn't hurt the mayor. I tested it by giving the bartender giving my partner the hat. But the thing was, he didn't really react to it. He didn't seem to react to the fact that I just made him mayor. So I decided to kill him because he didn't seem to care about the rewards a friend gave him. Like I said, there was also maybe ways to sell the hat. I think something I haven't tried yet was cloning the hat. Because I'm pretty sure there is a cloning machine out in the mayor's village, and that's something I want to test out, which I might actually go try it right now, in fact. So I want to see, like, in mayor's village, like, all the things I can do with the hat. There's a lot of things about the mayor that I haven't actually tried yet. So we're actually going to go back into Uptown, because just for the sake of expanding the video a little, is that we're going to be experimenting with a lot of stuff in Uptown. Now, I'm going to say this, disasters cannot happen in Uptown. Disasters will never trigger in Uptown. But also, what can be triggered is zombies ate my game balance. Zombies can appear on that floor if you turn them on. And also, all the other mutators will work, like Rogue Vision, Extreme Time Limit. I'm not sure if that works in that area. I should probably move my webcam back. So I think I'm gonna end this here. I know this is a very short video, but I liked explaining like all 3 of the endings because I thought it would be fun to do so. So really, there's nothing more for me in this game, honestly, apart from something called big quests, where basically if I go through these special quests down here, which apparently all the characters seem to have something for. I know I said I was gonna experiment a little more with like the mayor's village and like all the things I can do up there. There really isn't much more I can do anyway. I tried doing it, but like I did die and I didn't feel like doing it again because it's just gonna eat up more time anyway. So basically, I think I'm gonna end this here. Probably, I don't know what more I'm gonna do. I did say I want to try more mutators. I did say I was making a chaos mode video, but yeah, I accidentally deleted the footage when I was like cleaning out my laptop. So that was a bit awkward. So basically, I've explained all the endings. There's probably a lot more challenges I could try because there's a lot more mutators that I probably haven't done. I did want to try a speed run of every single floors using Time Limit Extreme, which sounds like a really fun challenge to do. So I'm probably going to give that a shot eventually and like give you guys a successful rundown of that level, and maybe do the big quest because there's a mutator that enables super characters, which you unlock after beating their respective big quests. So I'm probably going to bring you guys that in the future. There's probably not much more Streets of Rogue that's going to come afterwards. Obviously, like I said, I wanted to do a speed run of the game. I'm going to do the big quests and any challenges you guys send me for custom characters and all these crazy stuff I can do, because this game has a lot more I can do than it may appear. So thank you everyone so much for watching this episode of Streets of Rogue. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this very informational. I know I warned you, spoilers, there were a lot of spoilers. So hopefully you guys will be able to go out and try that for yourself. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Slap the like button if you did, and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. And if you want to communicate with all my series further, you can join me on Discord. So thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.